Thank you, panelists. Hi, audience. I think, the topic is super interesting. I wonder why there is so little people, but they might be coming right now. So we're going to talk about building beyond the core or building at the core in corporations, also agents that support corporations and other stakeholders in doing venture building, and for sure also bringing the government perspective on this activity. So happy to be here with you guys. Yeah. We were preparing throughout the past days this panel, and when we were discussing together over the phone, we really think, it's a powerful view having this 360 degree of venture clienting and venture building. Carmen, I will start with you. So you are the CEO of Mutua, so you can bring the view of a large incumbent about governance, about scaling. And I was wondering, so how do you protect new ventures inside a big organization, making sure you leverage the assets of the organization, but also giving life to a very delicate project that has to interconnect with the organization? How do you do that?
I like this question too much because I don't protect it at all. I try to build as much close as possible to the business, and what I protect and I measure is every word I say regarding the opportunity and how I present it. Because normally the business areas understand innovation and understand new business or something that generate in the ecosystem as the innovation team is coming to do better what we've been doing for the last 25 years. And that's not the idea. So we are not going to do the same differently. We are going to do absolutely different things that they are not doing now. And we hope that it helps for the next 5 years. And that's how presented. So we are going to build a business that will help you and will increase your P&L account in the next 2 years when it's mature and you can work it or it's going to work autonomously. So basically, at least at Mutua and my vision, and after several companies and some tests, is what I think it works better, is how you communicate the purpose of this business that you are creating and how this ecosystem of business owners could help you to increase or to leverage this opportunity.
Interesting, and I guess in a traditional sector such as the insurance one, it's a challenge making people believe and understand that they should be looking forward into what will happen in 5 years, without having big distortions in the past.
Absolutely, and don't be afraid of someone working around you in a space that you are not expected.
Okay, so Adrian, you are, I think, the reference venture builder here in Spain. I know you for a long time, since the creation of Build. And you are the ones that can help us corporates to gain speed and to understand that we should move quick. And I want to ask, what do large companies systematically underestimate when they jump into venture building projects and when they try to build new businesses? What do you think we do false?
I think it's, to answer something different as from Carmen, I think the main problem is about commitment. Sometimes you start the project at the beginning. Obviously, you don't have the vision of the destiny of the project at the beginning, and you try to convince the other one to start something with a lot of risk. And usually in that selling process, it's very difficult to say, we're going to start a ride that is going to be very difficult for both of us. That is going to require a lot of money, that is going to require a lot of governance to be remade inside the company. And in some cases, that is going to require to be able to leverage some assets inside the company. In our case, we try to build things that are enough near to the core to be strategic and far enough to be able to be the ones leading the spin-off process. So in those cases, I mean, in our case, in our vision, it's very difficult, and it's something that at the beginning, you usually try to underestimate or undersell just to be able to start the ride. And that's kind of a chicken and the egg problem, you know?
Okay, so we could say it's a matter also of setting clear expectations also
Yes.
to your client and the organization you have in front, so that they have clear view of timelines, assets, resources that are needed in order to...
Exactly. That's why we like the venture studio approach, because you make that that decision one time. You reflect one time in what kind of territories do you plan to build businesses. You think only one time if you are willing to attract entrepreneurs or executives. You think only one time if you want to open the cap table to future investors and so on. That's key for us to align expectations.
Sure. Jaime, I would also like to know, so from a regional government perspective, what does building beyond the core means to Madrid region? Why are you here? Yeah, also contributing with your view.
That's a good question. What am I doing here? No, of course, I think the public sector has another way, or it should be the other side of the coin for the companies, just to make precisely the support. We think in Madrid region that building beyond the core means precisely moving from supporting individual or particular startups, companies, etc., to just strengthening the entire entrepreneurial ecosystem, to allow all the companies, investors, professionals to come here to Madrid to grow professionally, to scale, and definitely to become global players in Spain and in Europe. For the last 2 decades, Madrid region has been developing a public policy based on creating the best conditions, the best environment for these actors to come here to Madrid to innovate, to invest, to operate, as I always say, without have to ask for a particular permit. Anyone who wants to come to create wealth and generate employment should be free and red carpet for all of them. As a result of those policies, Madrid, of course, has improved very much in the last years. We are now the first economic region in Spain. That is all something that 10 years ago it was not like that. And we have the best talent in Europe. We are the second region in Europe with the best tech talent in high and medium tech sectors. And also we lead the best quality infrastructure, not only transport, but especially digital infrastructure. Thanks to some players like Telefónica or digital companies who are really investing and supporting in our region. And I think that helps to be precisely that lab where new business models can emerge. Because once you, for instance, I always want to highlight this example. We lead the deployment of 4G and 5G networks in Spain. And again, I think that creates the best conditions for this kind of new business models to create, to invest again. And we need to make the next steps. And we are currently developing and finishing the new industrial plan, where we want to focus on some strategic sectors, such as AI. This want to be the great elephant in the room now, but also defense, aerospace, robotic, digitalization on the whole. And for sure, we really want to strengthen also the collaboration with companies, because the market knows better than us what they really need.
Yeah, I think it's terrific, the job that the government has done in terms of attracting digital talent from other places. And you can see Madrid region is skyrocketing against others. So I'm super proud. I'm a Madrilean. I'm a gato. So it's amazing to see that in Madrid. And on top of that, yeah, it's also amazing all the work that you're doing with the sandboxes. And we were discussing before about what you are doing with drones and enabling new business models and new technologies to be tested and to prepare them to scale through the private sector. So yeah, congrats on that.
Thank you.
I like it. And Carmen, going back again to the big corporation, I would like to know, when you're doing innovation in an organization, and I talk from experience, as an innovator in Telefonica, at times you feel lonely, and at times it's hard to take decisions and to take those decisions to the board or to the top executive and the top management. So when you decide to scale, partner, or kill an initiative, how do you make sure when you should kill something that you're doing or take that to the next level and present that to your chairman and to your bosses?
Well, probably the answer of the question we could do it collaboratively. Regarding what you said, that sometimes you feel lonely, innovation is like many other areas of the company that everyone thinks that they know. So it's like I'm going to say human resources, even everyone say people and culture, but everyone knows about human resources. Everyone knows about how to do a training program, how to do a salary offer. Everyone knows that. And it's the same with innovation. And everyone is allowed to say if something is innovative or not. And there is not a line. And your innovation in Telefonica is completely different to my innovation in Mutua, or the innovation in Comunidad de Madrid, the innovation that you were seeing in many other corporates. And for me, the key decision is not if you scale or if you kill, is how do you combine what, and there are a few people from my team there, when you go to your team and say, those are the objectives, they say, you are completely crazy. We are never going to achieve that. And they know, they say. But when I go to the board and I say, we are going to achieve these objectives, they look like me saying like they're peanuts. But because they cannot make the difference between the business line and the new business we are building. And I think that should be part of the culture of the company. And once they understand why this KPI should be evaluated completely different, thinking obviously in the business, thinking on return, so thinking on real KPIs, not humos and not frauds, not small, sorry.
Yes.
When you are measuring the real things you have to do, at this moment you can take the decision because you've seen the evolution and you've seen we started losing thousands of euros. Now we are not losing, or even we are winning.
Mm-hmm.
But don't expect we win money at the same velocity or at the same scale that Mutua does with 100 years old of experience.
Absolutely.
And the conversation about if we have, well, it's true that our opportunities are very young, and normally if we kill something, is not so we always achieve our objective. We take a pilot and we need to demonstrate or we measure really well what's going to be our objective. Say we are going to test a technology or we are going to test how customers react to something. But regarding businesses, our businesses are too young to start thinking about if we are going to kill it. But for me, the key point is if you kill something, regarding what?
Seriously. Okay. Yeah.
I heard you want to add something.
No, I'm very much interested about many things that you mentioned, like KPIs and hard metrics that you use. Fully agree with the exhausting job that we have to do in order to evangelize and impacting the culture of the organization to make sure that really innovation drives through. But yeah, it's within the responsibility of innovation. Because on top of doing your projects and doing innovation, you also have to convince the organization. You have to do be a HR guy. You get involved in everything. I will jump again back to Adrian. Adrian, as I was saying before, you are the guy that can make us jump to speed. How do you ensure that what you build is not just fast, but also strategic for your client, for the corporation? How you make sure to balance fireworks with real impact and in the P&L, in the business?
Well, in our case, it's part of the thesis. I mean, there are other venture builders that are more, let's say, market-oriented. It's okay for us, but our view is quite different. We like, as I was saying, we like to build things that are usually not the core of the company. There are some times when it makes sense, but far enough to be able to feel the pain, let's say, and to be able to be interesting. And usually when we start what we call a venture building track, we like to start by a growth territory. And this...
Sorry, by?
A growth territory.
Okay.
And this strategic territory is sometimes in the strategic plan, sometimes in the head of the chief strategy officer of the company or the innovation officer of the company. And sometimes we are the ones doing that job. We are not a strategic consulting firm, and we don't like to be that ones, and we don't want to compete with them. But obviously we know how to do that in terms of diversification. So usually we go there, we understand the strategic plan, we understand what is in the minds of the management and the board of the company, and also the rest of the departments and the business units. We create an inventory of assets, which is critical in our model, because it's not about building something that is strategic for them, but also that can be to build something that can be leveraged by their assets, because that's the key of corporate venture building, in my opinion. It's very difficult. It's a pain in the ass to be negotiating and be patient and waiting with corporates, but on the other hand, building something with those assets, in our vision, have a lot of potential. So in our case, is that we like to be pretty sure that what we are building is based on something that is, at least at that point, because obviously strategy changes, very strategic for them.
Okay. Yeah, you have the view of many tough elephants in your portfolio of clients. So yeah, I guess that you are very good at doing that on top of selling, and you're good at delivering. Jaime, going back again to Madrid region view, if you want Madrid to be a top hub in venture capital and corporate venturing here in Europe, what are we missing today?
Yeah. Madrid, as you were saying, is consolidating as one of the most relevant financial hubs at this moment in Europe, not only in the banking system, but also venture capitals, corporate, financial funds, business angels, and so on. But again, we don't want to sit on a chair and wait for the investors to come. We need to be much more proactive. And looking at the data, analyzing other KPIs that we are managing on the administration, we have identified some challenges. I would like to highlight one, which is, and I'm sure you will agree with me, we need more scale-up capital. I think we have made a significant improvement in early stage companies in Madrid and in Spain, but still we find high growth companies that need to look outside Madrid and Spain. That is an opportunity that we are missing today. So that is why, again, we need to put all our machine to work, and I think public sector here it can help precisely connecting corporate ventures with small investors, companies, startups, because sometimes we are very used in the public in Madrid to receive and to welcome some venture capitals who bring their clients with them just to look at what Madrid can offer. Which are your assets, your capabilities from your public sector that you can offer to us? And of course, that's what we would really want to make. We want to offer a value proposal to them. I know that is strange, talking in a way of public administration, but Madrid is changing the mind in this field, and that is why we are also improving on making a huge effort to make an agenda, investment agenda for Madrid. So we're very used again to as being a natural bridge, Madrid, between Latin America and Europe. we share the language, we share the culture with Latin America. We are really being much more proactive to identify new opportunities and connecting all the actors within the ecosystem.
Okay. Yeah, to me it's super logical that the regional government talks about value proposition for innovators, so it really makes sense. I would add up, if I may, on top of that, in addition to having more like scale up or growth phase funding and connecting stakeholders, regulation. We are in Europe, and that's also a big thing that I would like to mention. I know you're working on that very much in the regional government, but that
agree on that
would definitely help. And I have some more questions for you guys, but I would like to open more into the and jump into the thing that you said, the elephant in the room, AI. Yeah, if we don't say AI in this panel, then we're no one. I think AI is helping corporates to optimize their core. Do you agree with that, Carmen, or it's already also helping in building new ventures? How do you see AI in corporates?
Yeah, AI is helping. I'm sorry because I'm going to repeat some sentences. I've listened through sessions during this week or these 2 days, and one sentence I like at all is everyone can build something.
True.
But not everyone could build everything.
Physics.
And it's different when we are testing as a corporate, we're testing what's the effect of using AI and optimizing processes. And for example, providing a better attention to a customer or something that is very core to the insurance business, doing differently, or helping to communicate better the panel of services we have with a better personalization. We are in this stage.
Okay.
But we have to face the companies that have grown with AI. And here there is a huge gap that corporates like us, probably through investments or M&A operations, could try to be at the same level. But we need to do an extra effort because the AI industry or the AI proposal is growing extremely faster, and it's even difficult to be updated on news. So imagine incorporating it to the business. But I think we are aware and we are very conscious that we need to pay attention, and not also pay attention, also invest and manage the internal rules of the companies, because I don't know how's been the administration, but I would be surprised if you are more advanced than us or Telefónica in who can use, for example, AI for doing things. I talk to my colleagues in some funds, and they do internal hackathons with the co-workers, with the challenges to who is going to create the best bot or the best use case for the fund. If we launch it in Mutua, I don't know how many barriers you have had to leverage to open just one website using AI, absolutely open. And that's the barrier we have to solve. But basically, we agree with investments. We have to do an extra effort, and we are already using AI in many things, but to operational efficiency.
Yeah, I think it's funny how big organizations we tackle the AI piece, and I see many telcos that you have the Chief AI Transformation Officer, which is the one that says how we should be using AI, and it's like, does this really make sense? So it took us more time and efforts to build the title and Adrian, your view as a quick guy, an external guy.
Well, I'm not gonna deny. This is going obviously to change everything. It's changing everything, and we don't know. Nobody knows, and for us, obviously, it's enhancing the way we do things. But in our opinion, building companies or building businesses is not just about being able to build them. It's about wanting to build them. 10 years ago, when we started this, everyone was saying to me, but are you better than Mutua? Are you better? And the answer
I
is,
think we made that question to you.
the answer, yeah, you did. The answer is obviously not. There are a lot of people inside Mutua, Telefónica, or any other company, very bright and with those skills. But building companies or building businesses is about willing to build them. It's about having the guts to make the jump and take the risk.
Yeah.
And obviously, if you reduce that to the absurd, why are we doing something? Because between Google, Amazon, and Tesla, let's say, they can be able to build everything. So we just stop and see the life. In our case, obviously, AI is transforming the way we are able to build things rapidly. As we are part of those businesses, we don't like to say we're going to reduce the staff. Our way of thinking of it is we're going to be able to build a lot of more with the same people and with a faster pace. But yeah, what we are saying is for corporates, this is allowing them to be able to create things by themselves. So in my opinion, the ones that are going to be affected are little companies, little agencies that used to live by building websites or landing pages, because that's something that is not difficult to acquire right now.
I agree. Also, if you want to do things, first thing is to have the will and determination to do it, not just...
That's it.
Yeah. Jaime, what are you doing in Comunidad Madrid with AI?
AI
for use.
AI
If you can tell. Yeah.
Yeah, no, of course. Yeah, I know we are out of time. AI for us is both a tool that we are currently developing in our public services, but also an opportunity especially for the small and medium companies. In the first level, we are learning for these new use cases of AI. For instance, we are developing new tools within the employment employment market, precisely to help to close the skill gap between what the market is going to demand, the new skills of tomorrow, and the offer of professionals. So AI is helping us to make a dynamic diagnosis, precisely to close the gap. And also, again, we are helping companies to incorporate these new technologies with training, with technological and knowledge transfer, and on the whole, as you were saying before, also with smart regulation. We have a really great challenge. We are currently developing a new law against measure for fighting over-regulation, and that is why in this law we are going to bring these new tools, these new instruments, such as the sandbox, as you were mentioning before, and we really think that is going to make a good positioning for Madrid in these new technologies.
That's great. Yeah, critical actions. And yeah, I would love to have 30 more minutes to assume many other things. And yeah, I really love discussing with you guys.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay.
Alex?